ngifunza la maphepheni kodwa ubese uyangicondzisisa corporate marketing and corporate communications manager waka EEC Khamavuso, who joins me now on the program to talk about yona le token identifier rollover naletinye nje tintfo ngithi nje other developments around yona EEC njengoba sibabona ukuthi nabo bakanexile lapha ku Eswatini International Trade Fair 2023. Sikubusele Ncele sikwamukele ehlelweni lomuhla. A very good day to you. Ngabe unjani vela?
No, thank you very much. A lovely afternoon to you and a lovely afternoon to your viewers. And thank you for having us.
The topic of conversation right now, EEC, is the token identifier rollover. And I'm sure, I will assume, you will correct me.
Yes.
International Trade Fair. Is that so?
Yes, it is indeed. I think we are showcasing a number of things at a trade fair. Mainly about 4 things, one of them being the token identifier rollover project. Siphinde sibuke network infrastructure and development, as well as our internal generation capacity projects. Siphinde sibuke nema issues about safety, electricity, extending to copper theft, electricity theft. And lastly, siyabuka nema issues development. As a business, what impact are we doing in the Eswatini economy? Lefake khathi ema issues about rural electrification, ema issues new connection standard, because emazinga ayashintsha each and every day. Bese ke kuba neshintsho lolukhona lesifuna ukuthi amakhasimende ethu ahambe nathi kakhulu. What you just said, lobe kushiwo ngu-managing director wethu Babemkonda, kubonakala ukuthi we've started a new project, which is the TID rollover.
Yeah.
Sawukhumbula ukuthi we started the prepaid project a number of years ago. Labo ukhanza khona ukuthi gesi umthenga kuqala bese ngikhathi umsebenzisa. Kube nema-benefits ke lamanenge emakhasimendeni ethu, ikakhulu ekukhuthateni i-culture yekuseva in terms of energy. Because if umthenga kuqala lo gesi before umsebenzisa, uyakhona lokumonitor ukuthi uhamba njani. Kuhambeke kwa-developer after install labo prepaid system some years ago nasiqala. Kwaba ne-development ye-prepaid meters globally. This is not an EEC thing or a Eswatini thing, but it's a global change in the prepaid meter conversion. The current prepaid meters are now end of shelf life.
Okay.
Ngawuthi kuphila kwawo kuya expire nga November 24, 2024. Lokusho ukuthi come November 2024 utawuthi na uthenga gesi ukhanze ukuthi lo mqondvo wale prepaid meter lelesinawo nyalo awusakhoni kufunza lama meter lamasha. Kungiko ke we're doing this rollover or change or upgrade, if I could put it that way. I made an example ngokuthi nga 1999 there was a change from 1999 to year 2000. And a lot of things were changing there. If I could make an example with TV, we're moving from analog to digital. So we're moving from an old software into a new software. So the move is almost 2 years ago to upgrade our systems so that it will move our prepaid meters on the new system. Now what is left and what is required from customers, upgrade STS1, the technology that the prepaid meters are using. So we're moving from STS1 to STS2. And the move, as much as EEC from the back end has done the migration or upgrade, it also requires that customer to also move onto the new system. May I mention, Goguti, this is only applicable to prepaid customers. Emma business in Baga postpaid, they are not affected by this change. So Nigosi emphasizes that it's a prepaid customer. Now, in our database and Emma records it, we have about 270,000 customers that are on the prepaid system. So we need all 270,000 people, owners of the meters, to do the conversion from the old system onto the new system.
That's quite a large population dividend. 270,000 is a lot of people. Emhlangeni was over 170,000 imbali. Now babuwa ungathi ubona tinyosi lenza sibabanengi ngakhona. So I can see how much work you need to do. I think now since it's almost like they will be compelled by the migration now since indzaba yabo shelf life kuthi vele it's becoming indispensable to modern life. Engabe lona lotahulisa nyawo ngeke sisikubalekele lokho ukuthi baba khona labo bantu labo, even though singafuni ukuthi babe khona. I'm not anticipating ukuthi kwendeke ngicela ungive kahle, but leyo lotahulisa tinyawo atikhanze ukuthi nanglo November 2024 sofikile solo yena aka migrate, what happens to them?
Yeah, like I said, this is a change. One of the examples that we make in relation to the upgrade here, prepaid system, sibekuse ngethi imoto takatheni bekuba naleli sondo le-speedometer,
Yeah,
belihamba lize lifike ku-0,
okay,
bese licalela phansi. Thina-ke la kule prepaid system yethu kutawuthi nakufika lo November 2024 le prepaid meter iluza ingcondvo, ingasakhona ukurealize nama-tokens lotawathenga against. We know ukuthi bantfu nasibatshela ukuthi info itawendeka nga-2024 babe sebaya-relaxa, but sine siyinkampani besifisile lokuthi emakhasimende kuthi kuphela lo mnyaka lesikuwo, kuthi kuphela le trade fair lesikuyo, babe bakhonile lokuconverta to the new prepaid system. Now nawubala-ke leti nombolo ukuthi bantfu labanengi lapho utawuthi lona longaka-convert noma longaka-upgrade le meter yakhe noma kuyi-reseta, athi nakafika ngalo November 2024 ukhanze ukuthi akasakhoni ukuthenga ama-units agesi. Lokwendekako vele na utawuthi uyawathenga ama-units agesi angangeni, kusho ukuthi utawuhlala usebumnyameni ngoba kutabe sekucishiwe, ungasakhoni lokuthenga. Asifuni-ke ukuthi amakhasimende ethu abe inconvenience, which is why we're starting this process early. And we're saying the time is now for my customers to actually upgrade or reset their meters. But banganoba nayo le inconvenience yale period lesisho. Lokujwayelekile-ke lesikubonako bekunene, we are all aware ukuthi there are climate change issues. Just recently we experienced a heavy storm, a windstorm, that caused massive damage on infrastructure ka-EC. That calls ukuthi all the resources that we have, so from where they are, and even move people from offices to go and attend to the faults on the ground. Now, when we're doing such a conversion, upgrade yalama prepaid meters, we won't have the resources to actually assist customers when such disasters happen. We are aware that we are approaching a rainy season, especially by November, December, January. Sivame kubona kuba nemvula netiphepho leti bese disturb infrastructure. That will mean ukuthi ema resources that we are channeling them to re-stabilizing and repairing the network. Which is why we're appealing to our customers. But if they start now, then they won't have the challenges.
How seamless is the migration for the customer? It's said to improve customer convenience. But as I migrate, how seamless is it for Esfiso Ngomalo to migrate?
Yes, it's quite easy actually. We've migrated, we've improved our systems. As you said, the director was saying that we want to use technology to make things much more simpler. It's very simple. Within 3 minutes, you are done, or even less than 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yes, we've upgraded our self-service platform, which is our *8#, which you use to report power outages normally. So with that application, the USSD platform, you simply dial *8#, then you go for option 7, which is token identifier. Now, once you go into token identifier, you'll be expected to enter your meter number. Then you are going to get 2 sets of tokens, 20-digit numbers, token 1 and token 2. All what you need to do is to take that token 1 and load it onto your prepaid meter, wait for 5 seconds, then load token 2, which will complete your upgrade process. Thereafter, you won't have a problem. You will be able to vend electricity as you normally do. One of the questions nifuna ukuthi si upgrade lama meter kutabe sekulahleka ama units no, ama units akho akalahleki, they remain as they are. However, we emphasize ukuthi before you do the conversion, please load all prepaid tokens lowathengile losangakawafaka emshineni. We notice this because my customer they do tell us ukuthi nasilethela prepaid, and when that info tibe lula for me to control the consumption of electricity in my house. I buy my units 150 emalangeni per week. That will last me enough. So culturally, like I get you go see sidla gas 150 LV. nase bambona lapha ngazi ukuthi soya ngakuphela bayakhona loku-adjusta ukuthi angaphela. Siyathi-ke ukuthi kukhona lo fika wathenga nakuphela inyanga athenge bo 150 nje babe ngu-4. Athi ukuthi njalo ngeliviki ngiyafaka lokutamlasta kuze kuyophela inyanga. Siyacela-ke for this purpose only ukuthi load all prepaid tokens that you have bought angene la mshineni, because once you convert le meter angeke sawafunza lama tokens lamadzala because it has moved into a new.
It's quite interesting Ncela, I think nguhlaba lwimi as you're speaking ngimdayilile lo star *8. Ngiyayibona the question like when I click to option number 7, the question leba khona is, are there any unloaded or unused tokens?
Yes.
I think imqoka kakhulu le prompt leyo ngoba iyakusita nawe lokho ukuthi usheshe ube notified ukuthi usota wenda nyalo and what steps do you need to take. Indzaba ye migration imqoka kakhulu sengiyayimagine nje now it's November next year, that's like the heart of summer. Nangogeso yaqishela kubola kudle efrijini usilapho Ncela. So emaswati siya encourage ukuthi abangafuni kushaktela nga-October next year. You've already started. Abaqale nyalo ba migrate. I want us to move on to the security of supply. You did speak on indzaba security of supply, indzaba yeku-aveta load shedding, naletinye tindzaba. Asikhulume ngale security of supply.
Okay. Maybe before we get into that, if I can conclude to indicate to my customers, say, normally when such developments happen within an organization, kungasi EEC kuphela, kubese kuba namamathabela ngodi. Umuntu lo tawufike athi wena sibone ukuthi ugangile lapha. Sichamuke emagesini senda i-TID rollover. Manje sibone ukuthi ugangile sekufanele usibhadale imali. Siyacela ke amakhasimende ethu ukuthi abe cautious of that. You are not paying anything to do the conversion ye TID rollover. It's absolutely free. If you have any questions or any doubts, please contact EEC or any of our service centers. You'll be able to get assisted so that their hard-earned money just because it's an upgrade. And it's important that you do the upgrade as soon as possible to avoid the queue towards the end of the period and avoid discomfort when you can't vend electricity.
We don't want to see backlog. Expert asingene kwindzaba security of supply. We also aware ukuthi indzaba le khatsata abantu abaningi amaswati lamaningi indzaba contract na Eskom. We know that what happens ku grid yabo kuyas affect nathi anyway or the other, even though lokwabo ngathi serious kakhulu. At least thina siyathi ukuthi sinani incele nyakhwalo ukuthi bese nithatha inyathelo letawenda ukuthi at least siyakhona kuvuka konke malanga sibaseligedlela sikhona kunatha litiya sikhona kuyayina impahla ebusuku. Let's talk about the security of supply. I think it's an important discussion.
One of the things that we're showcasing at the trade fair is what we as EEC have done to increase the internal generation in the country. We're all aware that we're importing most of our electricity from neighboring countries, and any challenges that the neighboring countries face, then automatically we also face the same challenges. Over the past couple of months, we've announced ukuthi kutaba khona la kutaba ne shortages of supply corner, and we've appealed to customers, and we're happy that they actually listened to our request ukuthi sicela ukuthi bekunene manje gesi simsebenzise sparingly so that is to avoid ema effects langaqhamuka with the lack of supply from our neighboring countries. And indeed, my customer did respond to that. Bakhona kumsebenzisa sparingly to a point ukuthi even the effect was minimum. Now, as an organization, as a company, we are doing a number of projects to try and increase that. One of the projects that we are showcasing Estending Setu, which has been a huge success, is the 10 megawatts La Vomisa solar power plant. We know we've had reports previously, that is White Elephant, Isebendile power plant. It is actually working. We've got statistics, data to show it is actually operational. And those are the projects that we are showcasing, part of the projects. Success stories are delivered. Even if an investor can come to Eswatini, we're interested to also establish a solar plant. We have a living example of a solar plant that is actually functional. So those are part of the projects that we are working on. Asikemike lapho. There are other projects that we're exploring.
Yeah.
Some of you might have seen in the local newspapers an expression of interest. La sicela khona abantu ukuthi abasubmit documents or requirement yabo, because we want to improve on iMaguga hydropower station yet. We want to increase it by another 35 megawatts, which will add on to the grid. So nalapo, those are things that we are also exploring. Kungasiyo leyo, there's also Lower Usuthu hydro scheme. Nayo lesibukile ukuthi it will add on the increased generation for the country. There are other projects as well, which we are also exploring.
Projects, I'm afraid to suspended, but I am aware of all these projects. And Eswatini is encouraged ukuthi something izabale kakhulu. Ku-avetha i-load shedding indzaba yetfu sonke. You did compliment Eswatini and commend them ekutheni banibambisile. Siyaqhubeka ukuthi-ke baqhubeke njengoba sasifuna icisho labo gesi bekunene. Sihlale nje sidlala la inkundleni yokuxhumana nabantu lapha ka-Twitter sibahleka in South Africa, but it's not a laughing matter. Indzaba le serious kakhulu. Khaya Mavuso, Marketing and Corporate Communications Manager ka-EEC, bekasikhulumisa ngato tindzaba ke